All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Ikechi Yukazu of Itikechi, and I'm very honored to have one of my good friends for a very long time, for about 5 years at this point. He's the Vice President of Wellness Above Borders and Beyond, and just, again, a great family man, person I've known for a very long time, Dr. Emmanuel Enwere.
Thanks for having me, Ike.
I'm so glad he's here because today he'll be talking about his organization and the impact that we hope that it's going to have in our community, especially focusing on health and focusing on changing some of the habits that we have in our culture. So first of all, Emmanuel, can you just let the people know like how we know each other, how we've met, and our story so far?
So, Ike and I are both, people who want to serve our community. I met Ike through a fellow organization where we were both serving. And then I happened to be a vice president of another organization, PAYA, and through that, we continue to cultivate our relationship. We happen to serve in UIU on the e-board together, so Ike and I have continued to maintain our friendship, and we've been able to support each other throughout these years. When you find good people, it's hard to let them go.
You got to stay with them.
Yeah.
And so with this organization, this is the next iteration of your contribution to the community. Where did the idea of Wellness Above Borders and Beyond come from?
All right, great question, Ike. So Wellness Above Borders and Beyond was something that I was very passionate about, mainly because I saw people around me, specifically my father, who was dealing with different chronic conditions that I think sometimes when you think about just health in general, a lot of people want to jump to medicines, and I happen to be a pharmacist, and I know a lot about medications, and I think medication should be the last resort after making those lifestyle modifications. And so, being able to walk my dad through different lifestyle modifications, kind of coach him in terms of his nutrition, his fitness plan. He's made so much progress. He's been able to reduce some of the amount of medications or doses that he is taking.
Wow.
And so just being able to work and support him, I asked myself, how many other people around my father's age or even around our age that are dealing with certain chronic conditions and haven't made the lifestyle modifications because they just don't know.
Right, and how to implement some of these changes, and especially in our community. I know my mom had diabetes, my mom had health issues, and also my dad has high blood pressure. And some of these things are caused by the choices that we make. Some of these are cultural choices, especially if you're coming from our background. We love the fufu, we love the rice. And so I want to go into some of the examples, especially with your father and getting him to maybe choose less of what he's been grown up on. But how did that conversation go?
No, it was an interesting conversation, and sometimes it's hard to tell people, especially our elders. I had to break it down in his language.
Right, because our parents are sometimes very stubborn and like So how did that go?
So I basically said, Papa, come to my house. I will feed you. I will show you how I prepare my meals. And
how did he react to that?
And so basically, I just told him, come over. Let's, my wife and I were gonna cook for you.
Right.
And one thing, just to kind of set a baseline, in our culture, when they say they're eating rice, the whole plate is covered with rice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And what we have learned is, I don't know if many of y'all have heard of the healthy plate, but the healthy plate says that if you split up your plate, half of the plate should be vegetables or fruit. Another quarter should be the carbohydrate, the starch, whether it's rice, bread, and then the other half should be a protein, or not half, quarter should be a protein. So in our culture, we're seeing that people are eating these high carbohydrate index meals full of rice, one protein on top or two, but really we should incorporate more vegetables.
Okay. So two things on that. Number one, do you have this information on the website where people can go ahead and get this information? First of all, let's ask that.
So the website is actually being developed right now.
Okay.
I'm working on that, so I'm gonna have that information on there. We actually recently gave a presentation where it had the healthy plate and went over that. So, I'm happy to share that information. I'll also put it on our Instagram now that you've kind of mentioned it.
Yes,
but
yes.
that is something that I think is very informative and can help people make a step closer to healthy lifestyle change.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, even the fact that you talked about this distribution, this pie chart, if you will, of plates, is we're giving this information out there to our audience, so we're starting the dialogue.
Right.
And that's not something I was privy to, so that's amazing. And then number two, just talking about these conversations you talked about inviting your dad into your lifestyle. And I know that can be a hard conversation, because our fathers can be very long-winded sometimes. I don't know if you guys have that issue, but talk about the invitation factor of inviting someone into your lifestyle in order to change and improve their lifestyle choices.
Well, one thing that helps me is I have 2 kids, right? And my dad comes over all the time to see my kids, or he'll take them out and come back. So I think one thing that my dad has said to me is like, I want to be around to see your kids graduate. I want to be around, and I think that's a motivating factor right there.
How did that, I was going to ask, like, how did that affect you when he said that? What did that make you feel?
Oh, I was proud. I would love to see that my dad is alive, to see my kids, kids graduate, hopefully even have kids of their own, but I do see that, when he said that, I was just motivated. I said, how can I really make this a reality?
Wow.
And things don't happen overnight. Things happen, one day at a time, one moment at a time.
Exactly.
So, my dad, I've been working out with him, at least 1 or 2 days a week, 1 or 2 times throughout the week. And when we first started working out, the workout was tough on him. He was doing half of what I was doing, or maybe a little bit less, and he was sticking with it, but it was tough. And now we've increased some of his weights as we've been working out for some time now, and you can actually see that he feels more energized when he's doing these workouts. When I invited him over to have a meal at my place, and he saw that a quarter of the plate was rice and the rest was like green.
And that it was still good.
He enjoyed it, and he said, "Oh, I don't even feel as tired when I eat something like this."
This is so beautiful, man. And I worked out with my dad as well, and those are some of the greatest moments. It's from father to son, and that you're able to kind of teach your dad, the person who's poured so much into your lifestyle, but to pour out into their life as well. And just to have these moments that we can share with them, but also help them move towards a goal that they're trying to move towards as well. And they don't really know how to do that. But we can make these changes.
Absolutely.
Through invitation, through spending time with one another.
Right.
And we have a little bit of time left, but I want to focus on 2 more questions. Where do you see your organization going in the future, man?
Yeah, so I think for us as an organization, Wellness Above Borders and Beyond, we want to touch lives, and our goal is to touch more and more lives every year. In fact, my dad is on his way to Nigeria right now, and they're going to do a mission event at the children's orphanage in his community.
He's going. He's there right now.
He's on his way.
Right.
He's on his way there right now, and he wants to just touch lives. We want to touch lives, so they're going to be able to. They're going to prepare. They're going to give food out. They're going to provide some education. Right. They're also going to give clothes to these children in the orphanage. All the widows around the area. They're going to give clothing and help them, feel more empowered in their community.
Right.
So, wellness is there's so many different aspects of wellness. There's spiritual and mental wellness. There's relational wellness. there's health and wellness, and then there's other aspects of that, and they all tie together. And so being able to support that is important.
Right. And so definitely I want to make sure that people are able to partner with you on this. So how can people, of course I'll put his Instagram there, but how can people partner with this mission? And before I go into that question, he said something that's very important, the fact that it's a family mission.
Yeah.
Your dad's a part of it, your wife's a part of it as well, even
absolutely.
your brothers?
Yeah, my brother's a physician, my dad happens to be a pharmacist as well as my mom. So we're all in healthcare. We want to give back the knowledge and also make sure that, you know, what's benefiting us and our community is benefiting the world.
Okay, this is so impressive. How can people find you? How can people support you? How can people partner with you, Emmanuel?
Yeah, absolutely. So people can partner with us by first following us on Instagram or Facebook, and if you search for WAB Health, WABB Health, and just follow us. If you have any questions, you can message us there. You can also message us at wabhealth@gmail.com. And if you are an expert in your area of health and wellness, reach out to us. We would love to collaborate with you, just like I'm collaborating with my brother Ike. And then if you are fortunate and you want to support one of our missions, whether it's our health fair or our mission trip that we're going to do abroad, you can give. You can give at our Cash App. It's WAB. It's $ WAB Health, and you can partner with us. We want to collaborate. We want to support the local community, but we also want to support the communities abroad.
Yes, let's make this information, let's make this organization go big. He's already doing big things with his family, but this is a chance to be a part of something that's bigger than yourself. So we invite you to partner with this great organization. And again, thank you so much, Emmanuel, from the bottom of my heart for being here today.
Right.
It's an honor, brother. So
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, we'll see you guys next time. It's Ikechi and also Emmanuel. You guys have a great one. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.